She hasn't said a word, but something about her is different. She laughs a little longer when you speak. She notices things no one else notices. She's present, really present, in a way that feels almost intentional, and yet you're not sure, is she just being friendly? Is she lonely, or is she quietly, carefully ready? Here's the truth about women over 40 that almost no one talks about. When a woman at this stage of life is genuinely open to love, she doesn't announce it. She shows it. And if you know what to look for, the signs are everywhere. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll be able to read them all. Welcome back. Or if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found this channel. Here we talk about something real, mature love, the kind that comes after life has already tested you, after heartbreak, after healing, and after you've finally figured out who you actually are. If you've ever looked at a woman over 40 and felt something, but weren't quite sure if she felt it too, this video is for you. Today I'm sharing 16 specific signs that tell you an unmarried, mature woman isn't just available, she is ready emotionally, energetically, and privately, hoping for something meaningful. And the last sign, it's the one most men completely overlook, and it might be the most important of all. If this speaks to you, hit like and subscribe, because we go deep here every single week. Sign 1, she has quietly upgraded her appearance. Not for the world, but for someone, a woman who has been living comfortably single for a while, often reaches a point where she starts caring about how she looks again, not out of insecurity, but out of quiet anticipation. New haircut, a dress that fits a little better skin. She started taking care of. Imagine a woman who wore the same comfortable style for years, suddenly trying on something that makes her feel beautiful. She doesn't post it, she doesn't tell anyone, she just wears it and waits. That quiet preparation. That is a woman making room for someone new. Sign 2, she asks you questions, and she remembers every answer. Casual interest fades, genuine interest pays attention. When a woman over 40 is open to love, she listens like your words matter, because to her they do. She asks about your weekend, then brings it up the following week. She remembers your sister's name, your late mother, your complicated relationship with your job. This is not small talk. This is emotional investment. Sign 3, her body language is open, soft and consistently turned toward you. The body never lies, crossed arms, averted eyes, a slight lean away. These are the invisible walls of a woman not yet ready, but a woman who, as she faces you, she tilts and her feet point in your direction even when she's looking elsewhere. Have you ever noticed a woman across the room always somehow angled toward you, even in a group that is her body telling you what her voice hasn't said yet? Sign 4, she initiates contact, small, consistent, intentional. She texts first, she shares a song. She sends an article and says, "This made me think of you." A woman over 40 who isn't interested conserves her emotional energy sheds. Been through enough to know not to waste it. So when she reaches out first, consistently, that is not coincidence. That is choice. Sign 5, she talks about her future, and she leaves space for someone in it. Listen carefully when she speaks about what she wants in life. A woman who is emotionally closed will speak in I solo plans, personal goals, a life perfectly sealed. But a woman who is ready, her language shifts. I'd love to travel, maybe with the right person someday. I want someone to share Sunday mornings with. Shez, not hinting desperately. Shez gently painting a picture and quietly wondering if you see yourself in it. Sign 6, she becomes more protective of her time, but always makes time for you. Mature women RD their energy. They've learned the cost of giving it away carelessly. So when she declines other plans but makes herself available for you consistently, that is not a coincidence. That is prioritization. And at 40 plus, a woman does not prioritize anyone she isn't serious about. Sign 7, she shares things about herself she doesn't share with just anyone. A past she rarely speaks of, a fear she hasn't admitted out loud in years. A dream she's almost stopped believing in. When a woman over 40 begins to open that private inner room of herself to you, that is one of the most significant signals she can send. Vulnerability at this age is earned. It is not given freely. She is trusting you with herself. That is, everything sign 8. She laughs differently around you. Not the polite social laugh, the real one, the unguarded one that sneaks up on her and surprises even herself. Notice how she laughs when she's with you versus when she's in a group. Is it softer, more genuine? Does she laugh and then look at you almost to check if you saw laughter as intimacy in disguise? And she knows that sign 9. She introduces you to her inner world, friends, family, or both. A woman who is not ready keeps worlds separate, but a woman who is beginning to imagine a future with someone starts slowly, carefully merging those worlds. If she mentions you to her sister, if she wants you to meet her closest friend, if she invites you into the parts of her life she actually loves, pay attention. That door does not open for everyone. Sign 10. She notices and reacts when other women are around you. It might be subtle, a quiet pause, a slight change in energy. She doesn't make a scene, she's far too mature for that. But something shifts. Something tightens that is not irrationality. That is the natural instinctive response of a woman who already feels something and doesn't want to lose it. Sign 11. She brings you small, thoughtful gestures without making them grand. She saves you a piece of something. She saves you a piece of something she baked. She mentions a book she thinks you'd love. She notices you had a hard week and says so. These are not big romantic gestures. They are quiet acts of care. And quiet care at this age speaks louder than any grand declaration ever could sign. 12. She is emotionally consistent with you, even on her difficult days. A woman who isn't invested disappears when life gets heavy. She goes distant, distracted, unavailable. A woman who is ready even when she's having a hard week. She still checks in. She still shows up. Consistency under pressure is one of the deepest forms of emotional investment there is. Sign 13. She asks your opinion and actually weighs it, not as a courtesy. She genuinely wants to know how you think. She asks your take on decisions, small and significant, and then she considers it. When a woman invites your perspective into her life, she is quietly asking, can I trust your Jav? NTA. Can I rely on you? Can you be the kind of man I can lean on? That question beneath the question, is everything signed 14? She speaks with honesty, even when it's a little uncomfortable. A woman who is truly ready for something real has moved past the age of performance. She won't pretend to agree when she doesn't. She won't hide how she feels to keep the peace. She will tell you the truth, gently but clearly. And that directness that is respect for you and for herself. Sign 15. She stops hiding that. She's affected by you. In the beginning, she might have kept her composure beautifully, but over time, if she's ready, the mask begins to slip. She blushes. She stumbles over a word. She smiles before she means to. That loss of control is not weakness. That is a woman beginning to trust that she doesn't have to hide anymore. Sign 16, the most important one. She stays. Even when it would be easier to leave, she could have pulled away a dozen times when the conversation got hard, when life got complicated, when the risk started to feel real. And yet, she stayed. She kept showing up. She kept choosing the connection. A woman over 40 does not stay in anything that doesn't matter to her. She has learned through experience, through loss, through healing, exactly what her time and heart are worth. If she stays, she is ready not just for a relationship. For you, here's what I want you to really hear right now. A woman over 40 who is ready for love, she is not desperate. She is not in a hurry. She is not settling. She is not settling. She has lived enough life to know exactly what emptiness feels like. And she has chosen to believe that something real is still possible. That takes extraordinary courage, because at this age, loving someone new means being willing to be hurt again. It means opening a heart that has already been broken, already been repaired, already learned the price of trust. And she does it anyway. She laughs again. She lets you, and she stays. Not because she has no other choice, but because you made her feel that it was worth the risk. Do you understand what that means? It means she sees something in you worth risking. For so if you've been wondering whether she's ready, and you recognize these signs. Don't wait too long. A woman like this doesn't knock twice. She simply moves on quietly, gracefully, and without looking back.